fresh air in many ways for the people surrounding PSG. Are extremely happy with that man. Here's the team that the Parisians are coming out with, and look at this.
Areola in goal. 21 games last year, but it is his job without argument at the moment. Marquinhos moving into the midfield. It is the big money signing from Borussia Dortmund. Diallo on that back line with Cavani and Mbappe up front, and Sarabia wearing the number 19. We'll get into the comparisons with Neymar, but I guarantee you we won't be the only ones.
Well, as you say, Phil, Diallo coming in from Borussia Dortmund, and that's just another typical example of what both Tuchel and Leonardo have brought to the dance. They'll give him, the coach, a little bit more tactical flexibility. That's the theory.
Good look at VAR, which has played a role around the globe more and more, almost the entirety of the big leagues around the world, with that video review. A few new rules changes as well that we can get into. Bernard Blacard, the man who will be going up against Thomas Tuchel. Ray, if you look at the history of PSG, the fact that Tuchel is still around compared to some of the results from earlier managers, a storyline in itself. Good look at Bernardoni, the 22-year-old. As you like to say, he had a tough paper route in Bordeaux. He's on loan for the second straight year. Ferhat just picked up from Le Havre. Is this window winding to a close?
And that man at the top of the pyramid, Phil, number 20. You talk about a big box of toys. Ripard, he will bring a set of scissors to this game, backed up with a set of knives on his elbows, on his ankles, everywhere. Look out for him. He's energetic, he's physical, almost to the point of being, well, reckless, let's just say it, as one of the reports stated it, and that's the truth. But he will be a handful.
Just about ready for the kickoff. Clement Turpin, the man with the whistle. Nicolas Danos, Cyril Gringor running the lines, and Alexandre Perroniel will be the fourth official here today. The sun setting, the moon already up, and that means something special in store. There is Ripard looking to rip apart the PSG defense. Just about ready for kickoff. We are underway. PSG in their familiar blue. Nîmes wearing their road red. Sporting Club Nîmois, founded way back in 1901. Those are the roots. The Crocodiles formed under Nîmes Olympique back in 1937.
But this team in red will come out and attack. Make no mistake about it. He won't be sitting back and just absorbing all the time. The way this man, Bernard Blacard, has had them playing has been impressive, and a wonderful addition to the league was this side. Some amazing performances throughout this season, hitting some high-class, high-quality teams, but they've lost a lot of players.
This is a team that was one of the surprise stories last year, finishing 8th. And when you think about Monaco barely avoiding the drop, I think that's what many would have thought about Nîmes last season. Instead, they were fighting for Europe, but it's a new team, as you mentioned. The ball whipped inside, but unable to keep it in play.
Corner.
It was deflected as Diallo surrenders the corner. 15 players out for Nîmes Olympique, 12 players in. They probably still had to introduce themselves to each other in the tunnel. Mentioned Ferhat just joining from Le Havre and wearing the number 10. Good look at Briançon, 24-year-old defender pushing into the box. 5 in the box. Outside the 6, just deflected Marquinhos. Down towards the corner. Smart play by Draxler.
Their biggest loss of all those players that you're talking about, Phil, was Savanier. He was the real brains and the real string puller of this side. A lovely player to watch. He's left with a host of others. But they've went out and got a couple of good loanees, beautiful from Mbappe. And he's in.
It's a second chance.
And he's out. Just
strong
cut
step
out.
up,
Needed to be
Briançon.
played just over the top. Doesn't need to be into Mbappe's feet. Needs to be into that wonderful cow's field behind that back line, and he will be onto it like no other. There's a wonderful touch and a good tackle, and he continued his run.
PSG, the big money team, 8-time champions, 6 of the last 7.
Yeah, remember that Monaco side? That was the one that threw the fly into the ointment, and how beautiful was that to watch? What a side that Monaco team was.
What happened to that Monaco team?
Well, it got cannibalized. But they were absolutely scintillating to watch, Phil. And the comings and goings still go on. PSG losing Adrien Rabiot, of course, and Dani Alves.
11 players out on the PSG roster.
Timothy Weah.
$10 million to Lille. Meanwhile, 6 players in. And while much of the attention was focused on Ander Herrera joining on a free, Sarabia, Idrissa Gueye, it is Abdou Diallo on the ball right now, who might be the biggest signing.
I'll take issue with that, my friend. I think this Idrissa Gueye is going to be a tremendous acquisition for PSG. Tim Weah playing for Lille, of course. Idrissa Gueye was Everton, and used to play for Lille. Look out.
Beautiful give and go. Touch to the middle by Mbappe. Martinez over to steal it away.